All right, just as a quick introduction, my name is Justin,
I'm Juno.
I'm Tasha.
and we are the co-founders of the Silicon Valley Teen Tech Talk organization, also known as the SVTTT. SVTTT's mission statement is to inspire the next generation of talented youth by providing talks from people in our community. In this event, we present to you SVTTT's fourth summit, Coding with Art, and today we'll be discussing combining coding with art. In the past, we have covered a variety of topics with our keynote speakers from entrepreneurship to finance.
Upload art pieces and stories to share with a wide range of artists. You can visit their website at https://www.zarsloves.art. This team has come together despite the current shelter in place order to combine their talents and passion for both art and coding into an amazing site that will greatly benefit the whole of the artist community. Please welcome the Zars team to the stage.
I am Zara. I am currently a senior at Gunn High School.
And I'm Rachel. I am a junior at Gunn High School.
So we built this website named zarsloves.art. You can visit it. We built it in 2020. And so about zarsloves.art, it is a website built for promoting art, and users can register an account and share their art pieces on our website. There is a waterfall style gallery, and we built it from scratch with HTML, CSS, and JavaScript.
So this is what our website looks like. You can visit it at the link in the chat. Our team came together in 2019 when we received the offer to work on this project. And we all enjoy art, and we wanted to get better at coding, and so we accepted the offer and became a team. And also we saw flaws in existing platforms, mostly commercial aspects of them. For example, the profit margin of sites where you buy and sell art. So the first thing that we did was to attend an art fair to interview and survey the local artists in our city. So we used the data to establish basic features that we wanted, such as the gallery and how we want the profile pages to be set up.
We have like a framework, a basic design, and we align our decision in which features we're going to include. So as you can see, we have a really brief design here. And we decided that, of course, we're going to have a gallery, a profile page, and users can sign up, log in. And we also, it's not listed here, but we have other features include like buying and selling arts, and also like a comment system. We had a really ambitious plan. We are like hoping to surpass other art websites like Pinterest and Etsy.
Yeah, so speaking of the process, first we set up the pages with HTML, and then we would talk with the teacher to figure out how to do the CSS. And then we would code a really rough first version of it, and it would always be janky, and none of the corner cases would work, and everything was bad. So then we would have to go through a refinement process, which took a while because there was a lot of troubleshooting, and we had to test all of the corner cases.
Another really important part of the website, and also a part that took a long time, is the backend part.
Our last step was to make the menu bar. This connected all our pages through the links, and it sort of gave us a bit of trouble, but it was just another bump in among like 100. So it was fine, and our website was fully assembled. Right now, I'm looking into recycling the source code for our art club, our coding art club that we started at school, so that our members can share the things that they do as part of the club on a specific website, so that we can have everything on display at one URL. But yeah, our main goal is to promote the combination of computer science and art.
So that's the end of our presentation. You can ask any questions. Thank you for listening.
I actually have a question. So I was wondering why, I guess I'm not very experienced in art, but like why should artists choose ours over some other platform? Like, what do you guys bring to the table?
I mean, our original plan was to create something akin to like Etsy, like a site where people could sell and buy art. But Etsy has a very large profit margin.
I also have a question. That's a, I guess like what's the thing you're most proud of with your website in general that you've made?
For me, it's definitely the gallery.
Yes, actually we can go to the website right now. Yeah, I think I guess actually just the fact that we did not use any outside like those Wix tools to build this website. We built it from our coding knowledge. Like this fact kind of is the thing that I'm most proud of. Yeah, and the gallery is also cool, the waterfall.
Yeah, so I feel like one thing that really distinguishes you guys from like, for example, Pinterest that I see when visiting your app is just like the gallery feature. Like just seeing the combination and like the juxtaposition of so many like fascinating art pieces is just beautiful. Um, yeah, so I just had a pretty basic question. Who like drew all of these beautiful art pieces?
Oh, this one I uploaded. This is by myself to fill in the spaces.
I had another question. So like, if for example, you wanted to see more from a certain artist who uploads on your site, how could you just like see more art from them?
We have profile pages, so yeah. There's
like all the art pieces are displayed on their profile pages, so you can just see.
All right, sounds good. She holds a bachelor's in pre-med in chemistry and a master's in computer science from the University of Massachusetts. Ms. Huma Abidi is a senior director of AI software products and engineering at Intel, where she leads a globally diverse team of engineers and technologists responsible for delivering world-class products that enable customers to create AI solutions. She is here today to talk about one of her most recent part-time engagements, using AI in art to construct elegant designs and masterful paintings. Her partner in crime, Mr. Wei Wong, is also here to talk about and aid demonstration in her speech today. Give a warm welcome to Ms. Abidi and Mr. Wong.
So yeah, as Justin said, that I've been at Intel managing the AI software products. And Wei Wang is a very senior member of my team. And as you all know, and pretty much AI is everywhere in your, impacting our daily lives in both visible and invisible ways. One of the key things that we are doing with AI is we want to be aligned with the mission statement. So at Intel, the mission statement is that we want to enrich the lives of everybody, every person on earth. And so we believe that artificial intelligence has the power to reshape computing. I said engineer at art. I mean, I'm also engineer at heart, but it was almost like I have two personalities, right? I do a lot. This is like nothing. This is just a few of the things that I do. So neural style transfer it's basically, it allows you to blend two images together to create a new art. Something that I painted, this image. And so this will be taken as this, let's call it content. That's what it's called, content image. So this neural style transfer is an optimization technique which will take this content image and a style or a reference image. So these two, for example, are reference image. And then it's blended together, and then a new image would be created, which will look like the content, but it will, you can say, is painted in the style of the reference image. So this is still maintaining the features and the basic content of the content style, but it's now taking some of these features from here, and you see there's became golden here and that. So this is like endless. I have spent, I don't know how much of my time. At night I would just sit and draw, like there are just endless you can with one, and you've seen how many paintings I have. So then I got Way to come and help me. And then so basically this will have the content, and we will have the reference or a style and do that. But there's a lot more we can do. So if I'm not liking the output, and I'll show in a little bit, and Way would give a demo, then we can control, and using AI, we can, control the weight. Do we want more of the image? Do we want more of the style? And basically a neural network has, as you can see, several layers. And the content and the style of the images are represented by the output of these intermediate layers. So the algorithm is trying to do two things. One is to minimize the difference between the output image and the content, the main features of the input image. And meanwhile, it's also trying to do, what it's trying to do is that minimize the difference between the style of the output and the style image. So you will see when Way gives a demo, but there are two things that are happening, and you want to maintain, what does style mean here, right? So there is these blue colors and these strokes. So you want to maintain that, but the content is this house. So you also want to maintain that. Guess what? None of these people exist. This is all generated by AI. And see how realistic it is. This side are these pictures. And again, these are all generated by AI. And you may have read that in Christie's, I think it is in 2018, one of such paintings was sold for almost $500,000. It was generated by AI. So there's a lot that AI can do with respect to art. And this example, actually, Wei Wang reminded me of this, that this is basically AI can create poetry. It can do podcasts. There are some news reporter readers. That's all happening with AI. And again, there are so many different things that it does, and even including songs with many different instruments. I heard somewhere, I read that about 12 or 18 instruments it can generate at the same time, and create music with different styles as Mozart or contemporary Lady Gaga, and all kinds of things that are happening. A little bit like, see how good it is. This is generated by AI. And this was at opening of dataset. What are biases, what is fake, what is the ethical problems. So as I mentioned, that AI is basically pervasive in our daily lives, right? So it's being used from recruiting decisions, healthcare, risk predictions, policing, judicial sentencing, finance, loan, as I wrote here, to healthcare, like lots of cases. And of course, it's used for ads and movies and recommendations, Spotify, all of that you're seeing. So if a movie recommendation is flawed, that's not the end of the world. Things happen. But in other cases that I mentioned just now, if the data or the algorithm has bias or underlying bias, then the results could be disastrous to the person or the people who are at the receiving end of it. So that's why we cannot emphasize enough that how important it is to use AI in the right way. So the first one is biases through data and algorithm. This has been in the news a lot. There's just a few examples that I have. Loan approvals that were found out that they were being denied to a certain class or certain demographic or some area, or certain classes, and I'll explain in a bit why we think it's biased, why we know it's biased. Hiring tool, and it was also in news, a major company, and they were using this AI for recruiting, and it was found out to be absolutely biased against women. And why was it? On the loan case, or why was it? Because the models were trained using certain data. In that case, they were using the historical data for that company. And those historical data, the people whose records or as a successful candidate were being shown were men. So that's how it saw that as these are the successful candidates. In future, we should look for such people because they will be more successful. So if it had a woman in there, or women baseball or basketball or whatever, then it was actually literally rejecting it. So the data was biased, and of course the company shut down that tool. And chatbot bought another major company, and the chatbot was going to learn from people. So it was out there, and so what happened was that people started saying bad things, and then the chatbot started spitting out the same thing. So it became potty mouth. So these are just some examples where how it can go wrong. But adversarial attack is another important area that I have a couple of pictures. And this one, this picture of President Obama was, and this was put up by a company, BuzzFeed. BuzzFeed had put it out, and they were not fooling anybody. They were upfront that, look what we can do. And he's saying something which he never did. The mouth is moving perfectly and all that. So they're just saying that this can be done. So imagine that it is being sometimes done, but imagine that the AI has this capability of making anybody say anything. And so that's what, we talk about fake news and fake media. This is actually, if it's generated by AI, it can be really bad.
Okay, so hi everyone. So by now you should know like how Huma is an art and AI virtuoso. So with that, we will be sharing with you how we are going to use neurostyle transfer to transfer the Huma's painting and embroidery and the combination of them using AI. Famous for his color. So yeah, here is the output of the neurostyle transfer algorithm. On the left side is Huma's original painting, and in the middle the style image coming from the external artist, and this is the image generated by AI. So in this case, the style image is an artwork from the Pompidou in France Art Museum. On the left is Huma's embroidery, and in the middle again to the style, and you get a very interesting painting as well. You get all the contents, and it is now drawn in this style. I think Huma's embroidery can now be transferred to the French Pompidou Center and exhibit. Yeah. Okay. So this much. Okay. So on the left is Huma's painting, and in the middle is Huma's embroidery image as a style. On the you can see the AI generated this. I keep telling Huma, see, how can AI figure out it only needs to color the lips red and not the faces, right? So this is in a few seconds I'll explain why. So we have seen Huma's painting this on the left side, and the Starry Night, the style image. Okay, and it generated Huma's painting and it retained the content, and it was generated using Starry Night style. All good, but one thing where we find that we can further iterate, improve on that is that, so this painting does not have the content such as the stars, right, in a round sphere shape. So we want to eliminate that or get rid of that, because this is kind of given the contents of the style image, where we are really interested in the style of the style image. So then what should we do now? Well, the new style transfer has a different and yet more flexible flavor. So we use this one. There is yet a different new style transfer that we try, where it takes still the same contents, the drawing and the style, the Starry Night style. It will, but the difference is that it will be doing that via several iterations. So it keeps iterating the output. I can let it running for a while I'm talking about it, because it is now an iterative process where it takes a few iterations to fix that problem, right? The problem of having the contents of the style image in the painting. So yeah, as you can see, it takes here I let it run for 25 iterations. Each iteration it improves the image such that it is more similar to the content and more similar in terms of style to the style image. And during this this process, it will eliminate the contents information of the style image, because that is what we are concerned with. To give you an idea, because we are short on time, we can only run like 25 iterations. Next one. So this is the suboptimal one. This is what we did by after 25 iterations, right? Comparing to this one, we improve, right? But I mentioned, if we run like more iterations, like 1000, we get this one. And it even pick up Starry Night's bluish color. Okay, so that's the power of a neural style transfer. So this finished our second demo, but Puma and I prepared something we have interest to you. So we want to present that as well. 2, 1, 0. Come on. Okay. Okay, so this is Gun High School combined with Homa's embroidery style. You get I think this one is much more beautiful than this one. I hope I can see this one. I drive in the highway and I can see this. Yeah. Thank you, everyone. Yeah. Oh, one more thing. So while Zora and others are presenting, I think I was able to do one as well. Let me try. Okay. NST, Zars Love Art, and I'm picking this one. Okay, here it comes. Yeah, this is NST. Yeah, but the first part of the demo, where it is in addition to VG19, yet a different network was used, and that required a lot of training so that we can do it in a few seconds. Yeah, the different flavors NST.
Great, sounds good. I think we can begin to wrap up here. Juno, you had one more thing to add?
Yeah, so this is gonna be about our SVTTT's 5th summit. So for the next summit, we wanted everyone to have a say in what our next topic would be. So we made a Google form that listed our potential topics. And for the 2021 SVTTT summit, it looks like you've decided that robotics is going to be our next topic. So for this, we'll make sure to prepare some stunning keynote speakers to help inspire your developmental sides. And if you have any comments or questions, please email us at info@svttt.org. And once again, thank you to everyone for coming, and we hope you learned something new in this event, and I hope to see all of you guys in the next one.
Yep, and once again, a special thank you to everyone who spoke today. You guys did great. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
And then finally, for all participants who haven't yet, make sure you sign in the link that's in chat right now. And yes, there is a recording. We can send that out to you if you put your email in the form that I sent.
All right, bye, you guys. Good luck. Thanks.
Bye bye.
Yep.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.